Welcome to Sir Emrakul. Today I'll be showing you the top 10 best cards that are in the upcoming set Eldritch Moon. Honourable mentions: Stormkirk Condemned, one of the best mana enablers in the block and a great card for any vampire decks. Liliana, the Last Hope. She has a good removal ability as it's +1 and can return cards from your graveyard to your hand. Her ultimate is powerful but very hard to achieve. Emrakul, the Promised End. Not as powerful as the last Emrakul, but is played in Reanimate and Graveyard decks due to it not shuffling your graveyard when placed in it. With the right cards you can get it down to 7 or 8 mana. Number 10. Tree of Perdition. Currently at about $4.94. You may be wondering why this card has been made in this list, and I'll tell you. The combo it has with Triskaidekaphobia is hilarious, but that's not its best factor. In Commander, it's an absolute bomb. It basically has the ability to deal an opponent 27 life in one go, and more if they have gained life. And doing this will give you a 40 toughness defender. Just imagine that with Doran. Number 9. Thalia Hieratic Cathar. Not only is this another great card for human decks, but its ability to take down cards like Secure the Waste is noteworthy. You can do Collective Blessing and put Thalia on the battlefield and all the warriors come into play tapped. Making non-basic lands come into play tapped is also relevant, so any dual lands your opponents have come into play tapped, even if your opponent has the requirements for it to come in untapped. Number 8. Collective Brutality. For just 2 mana, you can make your opponents discard an instant or sorcery, give a creature -2/-2, and also make your opponent lose 2 life and you gain 2 life. This card is the ultimate anti-human card. It can take down an early Thalia's Lieutenant and make your opponent discard Declaration Stone, while also being a mana enabler due to its escalate cost being discard a card. So good in so many situations. Number 7. Mausoleum Wanderer. A lot like Curse Catcher, but simply better if you're not playing a Merfolk tribal deck. If you can flash in your spirits with Rattle Chains, you can buff the spirit, make your opponents unable to pay the cost to prevent the counter as it is too high. Also, a 1/1 fly that can easily be buffed is good on its own, but the counter ability is the icing on the cake. Number 6. Spell Queller. A powerful counter creature that fits nicely in spirit control decks. A 2/3 flyer for 3 is good, and its ability to exile any card with current mana cost 4 or less is very good. Its downside is that they get to cast that card for 3 when this card leaves the battlefield, but the main reason is that it stops those spells hitting the board early, and in the later game they won't have as big of an effect. Very powerful spirit that I think will see some play in Standard. Number 5. Grimflayer. A mythic. A 2/2 trample for 2 is solid, and its ability to put cards from your library into your graveyard means Delirium can be activated quickly. Also, you are not forced to put any of the cards in your graveyard if you don't want to, so you can keep on doing it on your library. When this occurs, Flyer becomes a 4/4 trample, which is very hard to control in the early game. This card has made Delirium decks a force to be reckoned with. Number 4. Gisela the Broken Blade. 4/3 fly for 4 is already quite good, but when you throw in First Strike and Lifelink, this becomes an extremely powerful. It is effectively a mini Baneslayer Angel. It also has the ability to turn into Bracella, an unbelievably powerful card, but since it's very hard to achieve this, it doesn't have too much effect on how powerful this card is, but it's still there. Number 3. Tomio Field Researcher. There are so many things that make this card good. It can make you draw cards with a +1 ability, which with Vigilance creatures can make you draw up to 4 cards, and with Double Strike it can be even up to 8 cards, if they both have Double Strike and Vigilance. Her -2 is alright if you can stop your opponent's big creatures attacking you and reduce your opponent's blockers. However, her ultimate is unstoppable. It is effectively Omniscience and adjaces Ingenuity in 1 card. With double ECs, and it can activate the turn Tomio comes into play, turn 4. Don't worry about running out of cards, as she can just keep on supplying the draws. Number 2. Eldritch Evolution. A great card that is similar to Natural Order and Green Sun Zenith, but with the right cards can be amazing. For 3 mana you can sack anything and search your library for a bigger creature. It combos nicely with emergence cards due to them being able to cast early while still have a high mana cost. With the Allosaurus Rider, a 7 converted mana cost card that you can cast by removing 2 green cards from your hand, and then use Eldritch Evolution to search for something like Gristlebrand. Number 1. Sigarda's Aid. This card is a future sample in so many formats to run equipments and aura decks. Its power is unbelievable as you can cast cards like Umezawa's Agility, Basilic's Collar, or anything like that, and attach it for free to any creature you control and block any creature you can now beat in combat that you couldn't before. With all the aura and equipment linked cards such as Open the Armory and Stonehaven Outfitter, and with Kaladesh, a set that is guaranteed to be packed with equipment, an extremely powerful equipment deck can be seen in the near future, and this card will be taking the leads. Anyway, thanks for watching. Remember, this is only my opinion and the general community's. If there are any cards that I missed out that you think I should put in, leave it in the comments down below, and see ya.